Integrating a 2 and IP intercom with Yeastar P-Series PBX, either Application Edition, Software Edition, and Cloud Edition. It allows you to implement video intercom, remote access control using mobile phones or IP phones as additional options other than regular indoor station. In this tutorial, we will walk through the complete integration process, from preparation to final testing. By the end of this video, you'll be able to register a 2 and IP intercom as the PBX extension, route visitor calls to users, and unlock the door remotely using DTMF. We'll start with the preparation. Before configuring the intercom, you need to create the required extensions on Yeastar PBX. One extension will be used by the 2 and intercom as the door station, and one or more extensions will be used by indoor receivers, such as Linux clients or IP phones. To integrate a 2 and IP intercom with Yeastar P-Series PBX, we'll start by preparing the required extensions on the PBX. First, log into the Yeastar PBX web portal. From the left-hand menu, go to Extension and Trunk, then select Extension, and click Add to create a new extension. This extension will be used by the 2 and IP intercom as the door station. Configure the user information as needed or keep the default values. Make sure to note that extension number, registration name, and registration password, as these details will be required later when registering the intercom. Once completed, click Save and then Apply. Next, create extensions for the users who will receive calls from the door station. Still under Extension and Trunk and Extension, click Add again. Configure the user information for each indoor receiver. To ensure visitor calls are not missed, go to the Presence tab of the extension. In the call forwarding section, enable forwarding for conditions such as no answer or when busy, and specify the destination number if needed. If calls should ring on multiple devices at the same time, scroll down to the Ring Strategy section and select the devices that should ring simultaneously. After completing these settings, click on Save and Apply. If video preview is required, open the extension again and go to the Features tab. Scroll down to the Door Phone Application section and enable video preview or auto preview, depending on the client type being used. Save and apply the changes. Once the extensions are ready, the next step is to configure the network for the 2 and IP intercom. Connect the intercom to the local network, then open the 2 and network scanner on your computer. Locate the intercom in the device list. Right-click the device and select Configure. Choose whether to assign an IP address using DHCP or configure a static IP address. Enter the device password and click on Set. After the IP address is assigned, open a web browser, enter the IP address of the intercom in the address bar, and log in using the administrator credentials. Now we will register the intercom to Yeastar PBX. On the intercom web interface, go to Calling, then select SIP1. Enable the SIP account by selecting SIP account enabled. In the device identity section, enter the PBX extension number in the phone number field, and enter the PBX domain name in the domain field. If you're using Appliance Edition or Software Edition and you haven't activated domain name, you can enter the local IP address instead. In the Authentication section, enter the extension's registration name in the Authentication ID field, and enter the registration password in the password field. Scroll down to the SIP proxy section and enter the PBX domain name as the proxy address. Once again, in case you didn't set up domain for the PBX, you can use local IP address of the PBX. Then go to the SIP register section, enable registration enabled. Enter the PBX domain name or local IP correspondingly in the register address field, and set the register port to the SIP registration port, which is typically 5060. If you have changed the default SIP port in the PBX, you need to match the new port. Click on Save and confirm that the registration status shows as registered. After the intercom is registered, configure how calls are routed. On the intercom web interface, go to Directory, then select User, and click on Add User. Enter a name for the user and enter the PBX extension number in the phone number field. Click on Save and repeat this process for all users who should receive calls from the intercom. Next, go to Calling, then Dialing. Under Main Unit buttons, click the Edit icon and select the users you have added. Add them to the call list and click on Save. From now on, when the call button is pressed, the intercom will dial all assigned extensions. Next, configure the door release using DTMF. On the intercom web interface, go to Hardware, then Switches, and open Switch 1. Enable the switch. Then configure one or more activation codes using DTMF digits. Click Save to apply the changes. Optionally, you can configure an audio prompt for door unlocking. Go to Services, then User Sounds, and open the Sound Mapping tab. Assign a sound to Switch 1 so that an audio message is played when the door is unlocked. Once configuration is complete, the integration is ready for testing. When a visitor presses the call button on the 2NIP intercom, the device places the video call through Yeastar PBX to the configured extensions. Users receive the call on their linkage client or IP phone. Communicate with the visitor in real time and unlock the door by dialing the configured DTMF code followed by an asterisk.
The door is open. Please come in.
This completes the integration of a 2NIP intercom with Yeastar P-Series PBX.